Hey guys, Maximilian here, and wanted to report back after the event we had last night at Family Fun Arcade, the send-off that I was trying to coordinate a few people for, and was hoping that one or two people would show up, and wasn't expecting like 50 to 60. I would like to give a huge personal thanks to everybody that took the time, especially driving from long distances, to come down to Family Fun Arcade. Whether or not it was to meet myself or Dr. Doom, who made a guest appearance there, or anybody else that made and took the time to come to Family Fun and support the arcade for its final days. That was kind of the point, to bring some quarters, throw them into some machines, and have some fun playing arcade games, and everyone can understand the wonderful aspect of social gaming. Even though I tout myself as being the online warrior, the guy who plays fighting games online, I do love it, and I find the convenience of it to be absolutely amazing, but really, nothing beats the arcade experience and having people around you, and people get excited around you when something happens during a fighting game. There's nothing like it, and this is just a huge personal thanks to anybody that made last night possible. I was literally there until, like, the old school days time, like 2 a.m., playing CVS2, and man, it was too good, and especially to guys like LLND that showed up, and Royal Flush that showed up, some pretty big heavy hitters when it comes to the competitive Marvel 3 scene. Thank you guys very much for showing up as well, and I'd also like to give a huge thanks to the Mix-Up crew that drove all the way from Bakersfield to stream a lot of the event. I'll try to use some of that footage during this right here, but it was amazing talking to people and seeing everybody's expression of a dying arcade and expressing so much how awesome this place was for so long. It means a lot. The other thing I'd like to do is to give a huge personal thanks to the subscribers of this channel and the folks that watched the previous video about the Please Help video for Arcade Relief. Based off what I was saying, there was Ralph had an Arcade Relief charity going on that was set up by Mike Watson, and based off those things I told you before, and only like $1,000 was actually raised for Ralph, the owner who got cancer and can no longer support it. I found this to be an amazing injustice amongst the fighting game community, because this person had this arcade open for 38 years, and over the past 5 years or so, if not more, arcades have not been profitable, and he's been in the negative for so long. Could have closed it down a long time ago, but chose to keep it open, or chose to keep it open. And I found this to be a huge injustice that this little bit amount of money is what was raised for Ralph, because he deserves more based off what he's done for so long. So all I did was let people know about this man's trial, about what he was going through, what Mike Watson was setting up. And I recently read a post from Mike that came a few days after, and Mike Watson was saying that largely, in fact, due to the video that I was making and like the awareness I was making about Ralph's situation and the situation with Family Fun Arcade, they were able to fundraise 5 times the amount that was originally fundraised, and they're over $5,000 now that has been raised for Ralph, and that is a number that I can get behind. It's not always all about the money, but it's definitely about something that I think that definitely deserves the attention of especially the people that watch what I do, the community. Because everything you guys see on this channel, or everything I produce, comes from the grassroots of things that I grew up with at Family Fun Arcade and the people I met through there. It's really important to me, and based off the fact that you guys were able to respond in such a way, means more to me than I think anything. The fact that we see somebody in the community that has run into a problem, somebody that's done something for so long, and we responded. We responded, and we're actually able to support this person based off what they've done. It means a lot, guys, and I cannot be any more proud of you. I'm not just talking to the guys that were donating, I'm talking to anybody that was putting like the well wishes in their mind, who had the ending of Family Fun Arcade in their thoughts. It means a lot, guys, and the fact that there's that much positive energy flowing around the fighting game community, sometimes you step back from the game for a second and you look at what everything around you, and you're like, this is really important. This is something that deserves to be cherished. And competitive games are kind of like that. You hate each other when you're fighting each other a lot of the time, and then when you step off the machine, you have this big family of people. And I kind of feel like with what happened here, and with Mike Watson making everybody aware of the situation and setting up Arcade Relief and doing all this stuff, it's kind of like the family's coming together, and we have this big group of people that individually we're not very much alone, but when we work together, we can make miracles happen, man. And it's really something special. It's definitely one of the most unique and satisfying things that's happened to me after this entire, time I've been on YouTube and gathering this base of people that are following what I'm doing. I think stuff like this is really important, and supporting people that need it, based off the work they've done, is amazing. And from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much. It means a lot. So thank you once again for tuning into the video, and anybody that showed up and happened to run into me at Family Fun last night, shout-outs to you guys. It means a lot that you showed up and supported the arcade. My name is Maximilian, and I'll see you guys next time.